Yes, good afternoon, all of you. So now see the next question. What journal entry will be passed in the books of the drawer and the drawee at the time of dishonor of bill of exchange in the following cases? So this time you have to give journal entries in the books of the drawer, but no name is given. So journal of drawer and journal of drawee. So we should be knowing the meaning of drawer and drawee that we have discussed in the beginning of this chapter. The drawer means the person who is writing the bill of exchange, who is selling the goods on credit. And drawee is the person who has purchased goods on credit and who will be accepting the bill for payment on a particular date. Now see, first transaction has been given, and see the transaction has been asked for at the time of dishonor of bill of exchange in the following cases. For the dishonor of bill, the journal entry has been asked. Okay. Now it is saying if the bill for rupees 10,000 was discounted from the bank and noting charges paid by the bank was rupees 100. I will explain each and every transaction in detail. Just listen that properly. See, the drawer has got the acceptance, and after acceptance, he has got the bill discounted from the bank. So when he got the bill discounted from the bank, at that time the bill has been transferred to bank. And bank becomes liable to present the bill on the due date before drawee for payment. And according to question, drawee has refused to make the payment. The bill has been dishonored. So in that case, what practically will happen? That bank will deduct the amount of bill, that is rupees 10,000, from the drawer's bank account. Bank will deduct rupees 10,000 of the bill from the drawer's bank account. So drawer will do the entry. Case first is, so what drawer will do? Drawer will make drawee again his debtor. So drawee account debit. We don't know the name, so that's why we are using the words drawer and drawee. 10,000, and he has to pay the amount to bank. That's why his bank balance will reduce to bank account 10,000. So this is regarding the bill. Noting charges we will adjust later on. First see according to that. Now what drawee will do in case of dishonor? He will again first finish his liability of bills payable account debit. We are doing such questions because you can get these like questions also in exams. 10,000 to, and he will again make drawer as his creditor. Drawer account. Now question is saying that bank has informed that it has paid rupees 100 as noting charges also. So bank has paid because this is the liability of the bank to hire a lawyer for the legal proof. But obviously bank will not bear this expense. Bank will transfer this expense to drawer. And finally drawer will transfer this expense to drawee. So he will charge this rupees 100 from drawee, and he will be paying rupees 100 to bank. Then drawee will be notified for that purpose, and drawee will book this expense. So this expense name is noting charges account debit 100 to drawer. Now drawer, earlier he was creditor for only 10,000. Now he will become creditor for 10,100. Now see next case. Next is if bills receivable of rupees 10,000 was endorsed in favor of C and noting charges paid by C rupees 100. Now if the bill was endorsed in favor of C, then the bill was transferred to C, and now C has got this liability that he has to present the bill on the due date. before drawing for payment. But again, the question is that the bill has been dishonored. So now drawer and drawee, what the entry they will record, you have to tell that entry. Bill is lying with C, so C has the liability to present the bill. C will inform drawer that drawee has not made the payment. So in that case, drawer will again make drawee his debtor for 10,000, and the person C will become again his creditor. Drawee debit to C. He will become again his creditor. Now C has become creditor and drawee has become debtor. Now what entry drawee will do on the date of dishonor? He will finish his liability for bills payable, 10,000, and he will again make drawer his creditor for 10,000. Now coming to noting charges, C will pay noting charges in cash to the lawyer because the bill was with him, but he will ask drawer to compensate that rupees 100. So what he will do, he will inform drawee that you have to pay rupees 100 more, and he will make C also his creditor for rupees 100 more now. And this noting charges will be recorded as an expense by the drawee. So if you will observe it clearly, we have discussed in the morning also that there will be no change in the journal entry for drawee. So for case second also the entry will remain same for drawee. There will be no change. Now coming to case third. If bills receivable is retained with drawer and noting charges were rupees 100. So this time what is happening? Drawee has accepted the bill and drawer has kept that bill with him only till the date of maturity. That's why it is written that bills receivable is retained with drawer. Now on the due date, because bill is with only drawer only, that's why drawer will present the bill on the due date and he will ask for payment. Drawee has refused, so again drawee will become the debtor. Drawee debit 10,000. To bills receivable account, because this is of no use now, it has been dishonored and the bill amount was 10,000. Now next is that this time bill was with drawer only. He has the liability to hire a lawyer and he will pay the charges of rupees 100 from his pocket to cash account rupees 100. So he has paid the cash this time. So that's why drawee will become his debtor for 10,100. Now coming to the drawee, his liability for bills payable will get finished 10,000. He has to book an expense noting charges 100, and again the drawer will become his creditor for rupees 100, 10,100. So in the morning we have done a question, combined question for all the cases without noting charges. And this time, if you observe, we have done almost combined question for noting charges, considering the entries for dishonor only. So case 1, 2 and 3, for all three cases, the entry in the books of drawee will remain same. It will not change. So I hope this question is also clear. Dishonor has been discussed in detail. Now coming to the next type of question which you can get in your exams for any of the chapter, which is called fill in the blanks question. So it is generally called problem based on missing information. And you can get this question for any type of chapter, any chapter. So these type of questions are given in the last of your books after unsolved questions. So I will request that please try to practice such questions also, because in board exams also one or two questions you may get for this type. Now how to solve these questions? See, this is fill in the blanks question. Many fill in the blanks are given here. You have to fill them accordingly, either with the help of this narration or sometimes with the help of these amounts. So you have to take help of these only. No question is available for your reference. It is question itself. Now, first you need to draw the same format. See, journal of Asha and journal of Nisha is given. So we have to decide who is drawer and who is drawee. So here you can see the narration is written goods purchased from Asha. So that means Asha is the seller and Nisha is purchaser. That's why Asha will be drawer and Nisha will be drawee. So you need to draw again these formats for proper solution, and then you can start your solution by underlining the amounts or particulars which you are filling, so that the examiner will be able to identify that what you have filled. Now you will get marks according to steps completed. Whatever number of fill in the blanks you are completing, you will get marks accordingly. So if you even don't know all, you will be knowing some of them and you can fulfill them. Now see first part, the narration. See here, the whole entry is blank. Amounts are also blank. Now I have to calculate its amount also, its entry also. See, the narration is given and you all know the logic of narration. Narration is itself a transaction. So with the help of this narration, I can make the journal entry. Narration is given goods sold to Nisha. So the answer will be Nisha debit. I am writing in different color, but I will request that you please underline it like this in your exams. I will not be able to underline each and every one, but one I have shown you how to underline this, so that I will be able to identify that this part has been filled by you. Nisha debit, amount we will focus later on. 2. So here I will be writing sales account. So goods sold to Nisha, the journal entry will be Nisha debit to sales account. Now I want to calculate its amount, but even in narration the amount is not given. So how I will be reaching the amount? I will not be able to reach the amount right now. Proceeding the question. Bank account debit 10,000. Then fill in the blanks debit. I don't know the amount. 2. And I don't know the particular should be written here. So I will give a reference to the narration. Cash and acceptance for 3 months received from Nisha. So Nisha is giving acceptance, credit the giver. So here you will be writing Nisha. And on the debit side, obviously in front of Nisha it is written 50,000. So that means that whatever amount of goods I have sold, out of that Nisha has paid 10,000, and rest of the amount, for rest of the amount she has given acceptance. So here I will be writing bills receivable account debit. Bills receivable account debit. So because out of 50,000 she has paid 10,000, so rest of the amount will be 40,000. Now here I can understand that Nisha has been credited with 50,000. That means the goods sold to Nisha was of value of 50,000. So that's why I can decide the amount now, and the amount is 50,000. So from the second entry, I get to know about the amount also. Now see the third entry. Simultaneously, you can complete the second part also here. Now you know that here purchase account will come because you are purchasing goods. Purchase account debit, and the amount will be 50,000 again. 2, and the goods have been purchased from Asha. That's why here Asha will come. Now in the second entry, she is paying cash and giving acceptance also. So Asha debit 50,000 to bank account. Now here bank account payment is not made clear. But if you will remember this, that bank I have received 10,000, then obviously she has paid 10,000. So from here you know this amount. Then 2, again the acceptance has been given, so rest of the amount will be transferred to bills payable account. $40,000. So this way we have completed 2 entries of this part also and 2 entries of books of drawer also. Now see the third entry. All the particulars are to be filled and all the amounts are also to be filled. I have to calculate each and every amount. So now I will be having a clue only with the help of this narration. It is saying bill discounted from the bank at the rate of 10% per annum. So I should know the journal entry for getting discounted the bill. Obviously, if I am getting discounted the bill, then here I will be debiting bank account debit. Amounts we will clarify later. And obviously some discounting charges will be there. That is my loss. Discounting charges account debit. 2. So obviously I will transfer the bill receivable to them. So it will go from my side to bill receivable account. So this way I have completed these particulars. Now I want to calculate the amount. So first I need to calculate the discounting charges. Now one more thing you have to keep in mind, that you will not be receiving 50,000 because 10,000 was already paid. The bill amount is 40,000, not 50,000. So you have to pay the discounting charges only on 40,000. So on 40,000, you can write proper working note for that, multiplied by discounting charges are given here 10% per annum, 10 upon 100. Now see the tenure of the bill. Tenure of the bill is available in this narration for 3 months. So 3 months time is there. That's why. And you can check this date also, on which date I am getting discounted the bill. Maybe that I am getting it discounted after 1 month. It may be April to year. So be alert on this date also. Sometimes in a hurry you will be calculating it wrong otherwise. So the time is 3 months. Now it will be 4,000 multiplied by, or you can say divided by 4. 4,000 multiplied by 3 upon 12, and then you can say it 4,000 divided by 4, because 3 upon 12 will become 1 upon 4. So that's why this amount will become 1,000. So means your discounting charges are 1,000. So because you have to receive 40,000, 1,000 you are not receiving. So your discounting you will receive 39,000. Discounting charges will be 1,000 and bills receivable will be 40,000. Now when you will get this bill discounted, draw is not concerned with that transaction. That's why you will not find such transaction here. Now coming to the next transaction, and last transaction is saying that bill dishonored and noting charges rupees 150 paid by bank. So because the bill was lying with bank is now liable to present the bill, and Nisha has not made the payment. This all will be done on the due date. So first we will calculate the due date. We are supposed to fill the due date also. So March 2 was the date on which bill was returned. Now I have to count 3 months. So April 2, then May 2, and then June 2. This all you can show in working notes. June 2, 3 months will be completed. And then I will be adding 3 days, June 3, June 4, and June 5. So my due date will be June 5. Here I will be writing the date June 5, and that should also be underlined. Keep it in mind. Now here the bill got dishonored. So that's why Nisha will again become my debtor. For what amount she will become debtor? She will become debtor for 40,000 right now, but I will adjust noting charges also. 2. I have got this this bill discounted, so I have received the money earlier, so I will pay back money as per my promise. So that's why my bank balance will reduce by 40,000. But question is saying that you have paid rupees 150 as noting charges also. So you will recover that 150 from Nisha, and you will also pay bank 150 more. That will be the journal entry. Now come into this part. So this you have already calculated. June 5 is the due date. And here bills payable liability will get finished. Bills payable account debit, and the amount is 40,000. Bills amount is 40,000, so it will not change. But she has been informed about the expense, so she will book the expense noting charges, account debit 150. You can see that this 150 has been informed here. Some might be having questions that how we came to know that 150 are the noting charges and whether noting charges has been there or not. So each and every information either will be available in this narration or sometimes in some amounts also. Now Asha will become again her creditor, Asha. And because earlier she was creditor of 40,000, but now she will become creditor of 40,150. 40,150. So if you will underline them properly, like this was the fill in the blanks, try to underline each and everything properly so that it will become easy for the examiner to check your answers. Your presentation should be practiced properly. Until and unless you will practice that presentation part, we easily think that we will be able to do these things in exams properly. But we most of the times forget to do these things because we have never practiced these things. In question you can check. So bank account was already given there. We have to fill these two. So this was already given. This don't need to be underlined. But these two factors were missing there. This amount was also missing there. Then these all three we have filled on our own. This chapter has been finished from my side. Uh, just check it. Okay. So this should be your presentation. Your answer should clearly informing the examiner that these are the fill in the blanks which are given to be filled. It will make the evaluation easy. Sometimes you may get entry and you have to write the narration also. Then here in this case, we have given, okay, only two bank was given, rest we have filled. This also we have filled.